According to Buddhism and the believer and the tradition, when you read sutra and all that, you have to put on incense, flower, and bow to the sutra first and thank all the Buddhas and Bodhisattva in 10 directions, all respectfully, before you read it, okay? And then you cover the sutra also with silk, beautiful cloth, and I just make it more popular. Yeah, more easy, simple. And I apologize to all the Buddha. I say if I done something wrong, according to the tradition, my heart is full of respect. It's just that I cannot always do that. So please, all the sin, whatever I've done wrong, is all on me. At least other people, they hear the names of the Buddha, according to the sutta, they will get benefit. Yes. Okay, I read a short story, okay? Yeah? This is a story about a king. His name is Pasenadi of Kosala. Yeah, I must use my magic weapon, magic instruments. Nowadays we have so many magic instruments. Okay. This story was told by the Buddha, first I have heard, while he was in residence at Jetavana with reference to King Pasenadi of Kosala. Again, we thank the Buddha and Reverend Anand for this wonderful story, which he remembered from the assembly where the Buddha told the story or he witnessed the story, and then he tell us, and then now we can inherit all these beautiful, morally encouraging stories. Yeah, we thank you and thank all the people who helped to pass on these beautiful stories. Now, at a certain period of his life, this king used to eat boiled rice cooked by the bucketful, and sauce and curry in proportion, meaning he ate a lot. One day after he had his breakfast, unable to shake off the drowsy feeling occasioned by overeating, he went to see the teacher, the Buddha, and paced back and forth before him with a very weary look. Overcome by drowsiness, unable to lay down and stretch himself out, he sat down on one side. Thereupon, the teacher, meaning the Buddha, asked him, "Did you come, great king, before you were well rested?" "Oh no, well honored one," replied the king, "but I always suffer greatly after eating a meal." "Yeah, but what kind of meal? You know what I mean? Bucket full of boiled rice and sauce and curry, in big portion as well. If anybody ate like that, you feel restless indeed, nah? No wonder in front of the Buddha, but he couldn't, calm himself. He walked back and forth in front of him. Have any of you ever ate so much? Huh? You? No, you don't look fat. You can't.
Before, not anymore.
Not anymore? But do you feel so suffering because you couldn't eat a lot?
No, when I was having trouble, sometimes I eat.
I understand. Yeah. This has happened to a lot of people. They eat for comfort. Yeah. Because they have nothing else. Yeah. Sometimes I'm also not all that disciplined, When you upset me, I go in and eat. Lucky I don't look too fat, so people don't know that I ate a lot. Oh, not really. Someday, I always said to the nuns, I had one Korean nun and one Taiwanese nun helping with the dog. Yeah. And everything else I do myself. I cook, I clean, I wash my clothes, everything now. Yeah. Only when I'm really extremely busy, then maybe they help me out. But I prefer to do all that myself. Yeah, if you just eat and sit all day, it's also uncomfortable, like this king, no matter how little, how much, if you feel drowsy. You should also exercise. Working is an exercise, a kind of exercise, but practical exercise. Yeah. I wonder why people don't like to work. I mean, except when you are tired, exhausted, physically or mentally sometimes, depends on the work. Yeah, some people don't like to work. Yeah, some people really didn't like to work. Some people came, they professed to come and help me, you'll be a useful person for master. But as soon as I asked them to do something, they said, what? 50 jobs a day? Exaggerating, only a couple of jobs. Like clean the yard, clean the yard or wipe the floor. You do the same at home, no? If you have a yard, you clean. If you have a floor, you wipe it, when it's dirty. Uh, yeah. So this king should listen to my lecture here. You tell him after eating, eat less and then go exercise. Clean his royal palace or go bicycling. Yeah, or do some exercise in the gym, or go swimming. Yeah, or go walking. Then he doesn't have to pace back and forth in front of the Buddha like that. And whenever the Buddha was, there are many other people as well. It's not dignified for a king to access, no? Especially because of overeating. So he said he always suffer greatly after eating a meal. No wonder what kind of meal he eat. Buckets. Boiled rice with bucket full, not just a bowls like us, nah. So the teacher said to him, the Buddha said to him, "Great king, overeating always brings suffering in its train." So saying, he pronounced the following stanza: "A dullard, drowsy with much gluttony, engrossed in sleep, who wallows as he lies, like a great porker stuffed with fattening food, comes ever and again unto the womb." Oh, my God. Oh, do you understand that? If anyone who eat too much, like this king, for example, then they also be more engrossed in slumber, sleep too much and drowsy. And then he wallows as he lies, like a great pork stuffed with fattening food. And then this kind of person, will come ever again and again into the womb. Meaning what?
Be born night after.
Yeah, how you know? Good experience. You have experience. We all do, huh? Okay. So this is the Buddha warned everybody that if we are gluttonous, we overeat, then we will also be drowsy, sleepy, too sleepy, and then we cannot think too much. We can't meditate very well, and then we will be reincarnated again and again and again. Yeah, just to eat, huh? And then sleep, and then eat, and sleep, and eat, and sleep, until we sleep forever in the tomb. Huh? Yeah. At the conclusion of the lesson of the Buddha, desiring to help the king, pronounced the following stanza. If a man is ever mindful, if moderate in taking food, his sufferings will be but slight. I mean, very little suffering. Yeah. He ages slowly, preserving his life as well. Not only he suffering very little, but he will age gracefully, and then he can live long. You see, preserving his life. I remember my grandma always told me, the less you eat, the longer you will be full. That's what she said. Ăn ít no lâu, ăn nhiều mau đói. My grandma used to tell me that. Yeah. She always shared her food with me. Bless her soul. And it's true, she lived until 105, fit and healthy. She was working until a very old age. As long as I remember, she was already, I don't know, 70 or something when I was with her. She works to earn her living still at home, work at home. My aunt has a jewelry shop, and she also took up some of polishing work to do at home. And while I was reading like uh, ancient romance for her, like the romance of the three kingdoms and the monkey go to the west, the Buddha story about Xuanzang monk went to India to bring back all the sutras from Hindi back to China. And that's why we have many nowadays, mostly translated from Chinese and then into Vietnamese and also Bali and all that. Yeah, yes, because of him. That he copied and took the sutra back, and then preserve them, reprinting, and that's how we have it circulated nowadays, including these stories. We are really grateful to Xuanzang, great master, and his three disciples. The monkey, the pig, the pig looked like the pig, and okay, I forgot his name. One is Sun Wukong, the other is Satan, and the other is Tu Bache. I mean, he looked like the pig, and Sun Wukong, it looked like a monkey, and the other guys is he looks like a he looks similar to some of the demons. Yeah, but he's a very good-hearted person. Yeah. Actually, I think maybe the great master Xuanzang doesn't have as many disciples as that. Maybe the monkey symbolizes the mind. Very intelligent, clever, and sometimes have magical power. Yeah, and sometimes have a good intelligence to deal with different situations. And the other one resemble the pig is, symbolize our laziness, gluttonous desire sometimes, and then sleepiness and sluggishness, laziness. Yeah. Okay. For example, he even has a horse who could talk. Yeah, and he helps a lot. The horse also helps a lot during his long journey to India and back. That was a really very interesting story. Did any of you read it?
Yes.
At least the Chinese people, you read?
Yes.
The monkey goat went to the west? No? Okay. If not, there is a videotape, the series, they make many tapes of that story. It is cool. For children, I guess they will like it. Yeah. If they have it translated into English or your language, then you can buy, And for the children, it's just very nice, very educational as well, and fun. All right, then after the teacher taught, meaning the Buddha, yeah. But in this translation, they always call him the teacher. Yeah, and now and then he forget, he call him Tathagata or Buddha. Very seldom. Mostly he just say the teacher. And like initiation, he say the Buddha taught like Thanksgiving. I guess he doesn't know what meaning of truly inner. How you say inner. Initiation, huh? Okay, that's why. After the Buddha taught this stanza to Prince Uttara and said to him, whenever the king sits down to eat, you must recite this stanza to him. He doesn't tell the Buddha, he tells the prince to remind the king. Yeah. And by this means, you must cause him to diminish his food. In these words, the Buddha told him just what means to employ. The prince did as he was directed. After a time, the king was content with a pint pot of rice at most, and became lean and cheerful. He established intimate relations with the Buddha, and for 7 days gave the gifts beyond compare. Meaning something that is not material. Okay, yeah. It is in another sutra, another story called Buddhist Legends. Maybe one day we'll read that as well if I find it. Buddhist Legends, yeah? Or Dhammapada commentary. Yeah, maybe one day we'll find out if we have that in internet. And then maybe I'll read it to you. Okay, huh? If you're lucky, if you behave, if you have enough good merit. Big deal. All right. So then, when the Buddha pronounced the words of rejoicing for the gifts presented to him by the king, the assembled multitude obtained great spiritual advantage. Wow. I'm also curious to know what that gift is. One day we'll find out, huh? Okay, right. It's end. The story ends. Thank you, the Buddha, Ananda, and all involved. Now we have this beautiful story.